Hi, my name's Lawrence Dixon and I'm proud to welcome you to this year's Hexagon Live User Conference. We're here in the exhibition area described as the Zone, and it's here that our customers can get up close and personal to the technology and meet our experts. Here we can see the technology behind the various themes of dirt, data and diamonds. And first of all, I'm joined here with Mike Harvey. Mike's the HDS product manager for the NAFTA region, and we're going to talk a little first about the P15.
Sure.
So the P15 is the latest in a long line of Leica HDS technology.
Yes.
Where does it fit into the portfolio?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. So we had a lot of our customers were asking for a lot of a much less complicated workflow. So some of our other scanners have a lot of options, a lot of buttons that you can push. So we actually developed something that's very simple. So as you can see in the scanner, it has one button on there you can push. So we just really simplified all the workflows for these customers.
Excellent. And with terrestrial laser scanners, the procedure on site needs to be as simple as possible.
Correct.
Data capture is what it's all about in high speed. How's that handled on the P15?
Sure. So data capture, you're very correct, is one of the most important parts of collecting the data. That's basically makes or breaks the project. So with a one button push, it's pretty much easy, very easy to learn. A lot of the customers can actually just, you'll learn how to use this right out of the box without much training at all. So.
Excellent. So as anyone knows with laser scanners, data capture is only one part of the puzzle.
Yes.
What you do with that data is the key thing. How is the P15 optimized for that full workflow?
Right, so we were very careful of what features to put in there. So one of the key features is called a dual axis compensator. So that solves for data being corrected for gravity. And that's pretty important when you actually bring it all together in registration of merging all the scans together. With that, you can actually just a couple of button pushes, you have that, as well as we have many automated functions in the software that helps put the scans together.
Excellent. And Leica has a wide range of HDS applications, software to support the scanners. What's new this year in 2014?
This year we're actually starting to unveil some of our exciting stuff that's happening in a release that's coming later on this summer in Cyclone 9.0. We're going to have some image-based automatic registration, so that helps out with what we just talked about, so everything becomes automated with imagery. We also have some great tools for topographic map mapping. We're also unveiling a brand new viewer for the future of Cyclone, that we can actually open unlimited points in a point cloud.
Wow, so there's a whole lot more for people to look forward to in the coming months.
Great feature.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your insight into the P15 and
Thanks
for your
for
time.
by.
Thanks you, Mike, and good luck for the rest of the conference.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, we've had a look at the new P15 and how that fits into the Leica portfolio. Let's move on to the next part of the zone. So we're here now on the GNSS booth in the Hexagon Live Zone. I'm here with Craig Hill, who's one of the management team in Herebrook. We're going to talk a little bit about the GNSS products under the data part of dirt, diamonds and data. Craig, when a new user's considering investing in GNSS, what are the kind of things they should be looking for on their new hardware?
We understand that our customers are making a significant investment when they buy GNSS. That's why we've developed our future-proof GNSSs. Viva GNSS here is certainly future-proof. We understand that the satellite signals will change in the future. That's why we design and develop our Viva GNSS to be completely future-proof, to enable, when needed, a measurement engine exchange.
Okay, very good. So future-proof in terms of signals is important. What about the physical hardware? Is there something that users should look out for?
Certainly. We invest a lot of effort into making sure this is completely robust and goes above and beyond IP68, such as the screws around here, the sealings on the battery compartment. Everything is extremely robust and ready to work in all demanding environments.
So the technology is future-proof and it's well designed and robust for the environment. What about the way that our GNSS does its positioning? Is there anything unique about how Leica GNSS fixes its position?
Certainly, Lawrence. All of our GNSS products include Smart Check. It's a unique system that individually checks every measurement and verifies the coordinate accuracy to ensure that the surveyor can continue to work and doesn't need to worry about remeasuring points to confirm their accuracy.
So it kind of initializes and then repeats it and keeps doing that to try to get the right fix.
The whole time in the background, the surveyor doesn't need to worry. He just works on finishing his jobs as quickly as possible.
Very good. A lot of GNSS today are used in a network RTK environment using services like SmartNet. But how easy is it to set up a piece of equipment like this to work with a service like SmartNet?
Yeah, Lawrence, that's easy. We have now SmartNet all over the world, and by a simple wizard approach, you can set up SmartNet once, and once that's done, it's stored and saved in memory. Every time you turn on your device, it automatically connects to SmartNet and you work for as long as you need to. At times when you might lose your data connection, we're proud to announce SmartLink, which uses an L-band satellite correction to get the corrections to bridge outages for up to 10 minutes at centimetre accuracy.
So if the mobile internet gets interrupted, you can carry on working?
Yeah, exactly. Keep on working for 10 minutes with centimetre accuracy.
Okay. And does that work with radio transmission as well, or is it just mobile internet?
It works with radio and mobile internet.
Very
yes.
Good. So it keeps the guys working all the time. And GNSS is often just one part of the portfolio of products. How does it fit in? How does a Leica Viva GNSS fit in with the other baskets, products in the basket?
Viva is certainly a family. It's not only GNSS, it's field controllers, total stations, as well as a collection of services and office software. Using SmartWorks Viva software and a controller, you can be using GNSS in the morning and then work on total stations in the afternoon. And at any time when you finished your job, you can simply use Leica Exchange to transfer that data back into the office to allow the office team to start working on that data.
Excellent. So it's a full portfolio of TPS and GPS combined, and you can move that data around between the office and the field.
Exactly. Excellent. You learn one system and then you can use multiple sensors.
Okay, that's great. So a lot of insight there into the GNSS products from Leica. That wraps us up here on the GNSS booth. We'll move on now to the next part of the stand. So now we're here on the MicroSurvey stand. I'm joined here by Jason Poitras. We're going to talk a little bit about what's new with MicroSurvey for 2014. That's the first question to you, Jason. What's new for you this year?
Well, we've got a lot of new things this year, and at Hexagon we're going to be announcing some new releases for our construction products called MicroSurvey Point Prep and MicroSurvey Layout. We've also got some new versions of MicroSurvey FieldGES, which is our survey data collection product, and then a product for the public safety group called Evidence Recorder. We've also been exploring some new technologies with point cloud data created by UAV systems, and we're really happy with some of the products we're seeing with that. And then also with the Leica DBX format, we continue to fine-tune our import of Leica data.
So let's go back to the UAV you mentioned there. This is something which is a key theme within the Dirt, Diamonds and Data keynote from Jürgen Dahl. Tell me a little bit more about how does UAV data handle within your solution?
So in our MicroSurvey CAD product, we've got point cloud support built in. So UAV systems, some of the data that can be created with that is point clouds. So if you take that data into MicroSurvey CAD, you can create a finished deliverable such as an animation, you can do some volume calculations, you can create a finished map. And we've been really happy with the finished products we've been seeing with that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One other thing you mentioned was about DBX. Now, DBX is the kind of native format of many of the Leica sensors out there.
Right.
How do you handle that within your platforms?
So again, all of our desktop products, so that's including our least square solution StarNet, or any of our CAD products can all read in a DBX format. So what that means for the user is all of their points they've collected in the field, any line work, all of their TPS measurements, vector data, that can be all imported into our desktop products. And again, a finished deliverable can be finished or created with that data. So you can do volume calculations, a finished map, animations, whatever you need.
Thank you, Jason, for some insight there into the MicroSurvey portfolio. Thank you much for your time, and good luck for the rest of the conference. So that's us finished now on the MicroSurvey stand. So now I'm joined by David Dixon here. He's the TPS Program Director based in Heerbrugg, Switzerland. And we're going to talk a bit about MS50 and how it sits within the monitoring portfolio from Leica Geosystems. So David, the MS50 MultiStation has been with us for a year now. What kind of things are our customers using this equipment for?
For a multiple variety of applications, Lawrence. Anywhere where you can use a total station, people can use a MultiStation as well. The added advantage is that you have images and laser scanning in 3D as well.
Okay. And with any scanning sensor, we know that collecting the data is one thing, but actually doing something with the data is even more important. How's the MS50 been integrated into the scanning workflows?
Yeah, that's critical, Lawrence. On one side, as a total station with laser scanning functionality, it fits into the field workflows of existing total station users. On the other side, it fits into total station or survey software as well as laser scanning software, with the added advantage that there's no need to do any post-processing in the office. It's already done on board.
So this is, because it's a total station, you get onboard registration of the scan data, is that correct?
That's correct. The data's already registered out in the field for you.
Okay, so let's look at MS50 now in the context of monitoring. GMOS has been our benchmark for continuous monitoring software solutions for maybe 10 years now. How's MS50 been incorporated into the GMOS software solution?
Yeah, GMOS is a critical part of the Nova solution. So GMOS together with an MS50 really provides you almost a perfect solution for monitoring applications. The advantage of the MS50 is it provides not only extremely accurate total station measurements, but it also provides you with images, so you can see what the conditions are like in almost virtually in real time, and with laser scanning data, so you can fill in the gaps between your total station measurements. And this in an instrument that is IP65 and designed for everyday 24/7 operation.
So this is what people have been looking for, scan data in a monitoring context, but on a platform designed to be outside 24/7.
That's right, the rugged MultiStation really provides you with the first platform that can be used in a continuous monitoring operation.
That's excellent. So you've got a robotic total station doing what a robotic total station does, add to that the scanning capability, also bring it into the monitoring environment. You've got a very versatile tool.
That's right. It's a combination of that highly accurate total station, laser scanning, imaging as well, together with the post-processing functionality of GMOS that really provides that great monitoring solution that we can offer.
Okay, that's great, David. Thank you very much. An interesting piece of equipment. So we can move now from the MS50 area of the booth and move on to our next area. So here I'm joined on the Aibot X stand by Jörg Lamprecht, who's the Managing Director of Aibot X. And here we're with the Aibot X6. Jörg, the Aibot X produces an intelligent unmanned aerial vehicles for a variety of uses. What kind of things are your customers utilizing this technology for?
In fact, it's a broad range of applications. We're going from industrial inspections, where we monitor power lines, bridges, cell phone towers, windmills, up to monitoring stockpiles and volume calculations, orthophotos, DGMs, DMs, and so on. So it's from big industries, utility companies, to surveyors who just use them for their own business and environments.
So that's a whole range of different applications there. You can't look at all of that at the same time. Are you focusing on any specific areas this year?
Well, mainly with Leica Geosystems, we focus on the surveyor markets, because that's a definitely clear market which is there and coming up. So surveyors can produce their own aerial imagery, which they couldn't do before. They would have to hire manned aircraft to get aerial pictures, orthophotos, and so on. So we are focusing on surveyors, but also utility companies for inspection purposes.
And has there been any advantages to Aibot X coming into the Hexagon family that you've experienced this year?
Yeah, actually there's lots of advantage. We get lots of inquiries, we get lots of contacts. There's many sales activities around the globe, and also we leverage as much as we can from the Hexagon family. So we integrate the Novatel GPS, we make interfaces to the Intergraph software. Of course, we sell via Leica and other companies. We might very much integrate the 3D-Com software for workflows. So we kind of interfere with all the other companies, and even though we're just 100 days within the family, we still have lots of contacts, and it's been very productive right now.
Good. And you know, there are a few multi-copters out there in the marketplace today. What sets the Aibot X6 apart from your competitors?
Now, first, it's a safety features. I mean, it's the only system where you can see it's protected, so it has shielded protectors, rings. You can fly close to objects, you can even bump into objects, and they don't fall down. So it's collision protected. It lands automatically when the battery is empty. It comes in a geofence, so it won't not leave the geofence. You can define a flight zone and a non-fly zone. It's very easy to use and operate. It takes off automatically, it lands automatically, it performs its mission. It's able to carry big definition sensors, really heavy sensors, like big DSLR cameras, infrared cameras, laser scanners, etc. So that makes it so unique, though, to have an easy to use system, high accuracy, and with lots of safety features.
Excellent. That sounds a fantastic platform. So thank you very much for your time, Jörg.
Thank you very much.
And good luck with the rest of the conference.
Thank you. Good luck.
So that's us on the Aibot X part of the zone. Let's move on to our next area. So here we are now in the mobile mapping products area of the zone. I'm joined by Stuart Woods. Stuart's the Vice President of the GSD geospatial division of Leica Geosystems. Stuart, last year we had Pegasus 1, here we have a new Pegasus product, Pegasus 2. What's the main differences between this new platform and what we had before?
Well, I think the big step here that we did is to actually change this into the concept of a sensor platform. So not only do you have cameras and scanners, but we also now have the ability to take in other sensors into this at the same time. So we're still very economical in data, but now we have the ability to take in different types of data at the same time, including also adding more cameras to look at things differently.
So you have LIDAR scanners, you've got cameras, there's a whole lot of sensors going on here. Why so many and what's it for?
Well, the important thing is really what we want to do is to make sure that customers never leave anything behind. They never have to return to a project to gather some bit of data that they lost. So by having both scanners and cameras, we now have the redundancy of the scanner as well as the photogrammetry from the cameras. So that gives the option for the customer never to actually worry about losing data or not collecting the data that they needed.
Very good. So Leica Geosystems has now been in this mobile mapping business for just over a year now.
Sure.
What kind of things are your customers using this technology for?
It's really amazing. I mean, we're seeing customers everything from rail applications. I mean, it turns out that most of the rail networks in the world are not geo-referenced, right? So that's actually a big movement right now. Asset management on highways, survey grade for highway construction. Erosion control for water. So they take our system, they put it on streams, and they actually scan the stream as they're going down to get the shape of the riverbed and to actually look at how the water is flowing down the river. It's just amazing. They're taking the system, since it's battery operated and it's vehicle independent, they're using it everywhere.
Fantastic. And I can't help but notice you've got another creation here between us. What's this all about?
Okay, so this is basically the Pegasus trolley. So this is not released yet. It's due to be released this fourth quarter of this year. And so what it allows you to do is to quickly scan any area that you want to look at and visualize it very quickly without having to worry about referencing multiple terrestrial scanners. So it's got a inertia mobile IMU in it as well, just like the larger Big Brother here. But now what it allows you to do is quickly scan in anything that you want to look at. Construction sites, large crime scenes, anything like that that you can't do in a very quick way with a terrestrial scanner, or in the case where you might want to do it daily. That's what this is about.
Fantastic, excellent. So a whole range of applications, a whole range of new technology. Thank you very much for your time, Stuart.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
That concludes our visit to the mobile mapping area of the zone. So I'm joined here by Anders Ekelund, who's the General Manager for AHAB, and we're in the data area again of the zone, this time looking at bathymetric solutions. Anders, you're releasing the Dragon Eye Dual today at the Hexagon conference. Can you tell us a bit about this machine?
Yeah, the Dual Dragon Eye is a brand new topographic LiDAR scanner. It has 1 megahertz world-leading pulse repetition frequency, the most modern waveform technology, multiple pulse in the air. The system actually have 4 different sensors. It's 2 topographic LiDAR scanners, that's why you call it dual head. It's a Leica RCD30 camera, which includes both RGB imaging 80 megapixel and near-infrared imaging 80 megapixel. Those are co-lined, collects the data simultaneously in the same flight. The system is adapted to the Leica workflow and can be installed in a Euro-stabilized PAV 80 mount, which saves about 20% of the flight cost compared to other solutions.
So Anders, AHAB are known for the bathymetric LiDAR systems. Where does this fit into the portfolio of your other products?
Well, our bathymetric LiDAR systems has always had a topographic channel. So this is actually not a new topographic system. It's a combination of 2 topographic scanners from our Chiroptera LiDAR system. And actually, our Chiroptera bathymetric LiDAR system has exactly the same shape, exactly the same form. So you can easily convert this system to your Chiroptera shallow water system by replacing one of the topo scanners to bathymetric scanners. That can be done in the field, and that means that you can use the sensor both for topographic and bathymetric applications. which means that less investment for more applications, which helps you to have a better return of investment.
Okay, interesting. So how does the dual head compare with other topographic LiDAR sensors?
Well, first of all, it's absolutely top of the line when it comes to pulse repetition frequency, with a waveform, with a multiple pulse in the air. But it's also have a very specific feature, and I would like to demonstrate that. So normal LiDAR systems, they capture the data from a swath from above. But with the dual Dragon Eye system, we have introduced an oblique scanner pattern. And the idea behind the oblique scanner pattern is that you want to have multiple angles of incidence of the LiDAR. That means that you have one LiDAR shooting from this side in one angle, one LiDAR from a steeper angle from that side, one from that side, and the fourth one from that side. So every object on the ground is covered from 4 different angles. This is very similar to oblique imaging, where you want to capture the sides of the walls, of the houses and so on.
So you get a very complete data set, basically, from all these different angles of attack. And the ALS70 LiDAR system, which is also in the Leica airborne range, how does that fit next to those to the ALS70 sensor?
That's correct. First of all, as soon as we were acquired by Hexagon, we started to integrate the synergies of the Hexagon group. So the Dragon Eye includes the RCD30 camera from Hexagon, the same flight management system, the same mission planning system as the ALS system.
Excellent.
So we are building on the synergies between the sensors. The sensors have different applications, so they are not competing with each other. The Dragon Eye is more a low altitude flying sensor. It has this unique scanner pattern which have certain benefits, while the ALS system is more a high altitude with another scanner pattern with other benefits. The main thing that happened actually was that when we were acquired by Leica, we increased the number of people in the R&D for LiDAR with twice. So that means that now we are able to do much more R&D investments within LiDAR, within the Leica community. We share resources for the new sensor developments, for the new software developments, and we feel confident that that will support us to give better products to our customers.
Excellent. Well, that's been an excellent insight, Anders, into your product range. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll move on now to the next part of the zone of Hexagon 2014. So I'm joined now by Pat Smith, who's the Building Construction Segment Manager for NAFTA, and we're going to talk a little bit about the new Icon Robot 60 and its incorporation into the BIM workflow. So Pat, BIM's something which is on everybody's lips all the time at the moment. How is the BIM process impacting the building construction workflow?
Well, the 3D modeling that's going on through BIM produces more field constructible designs that then are exported out to the field, and of course we bring them into our instruments. So it reduces the rework and speeds up the process.
So how is this change in the improved design impacting construction in the field and the way that our Leica products are set up?
We've developed a seamless workflow that allows you to put points on a 3D model, export them to the data collector or the field software layout directly, so you don't have to go through very many intermediate steps, so it makes it a seamless connectivity of the data that goes to the field.
So the 3D design data is straight through onto the instrument here, and then we can start setting that
It goes straight through to the collector, yes.
To the collector,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then going back the other way?
You can export it right back out and pump it back into a 3D model directly.
Okay, excellent.
And then you have a comparison of as-built versus design, and you can look for deviations.
So is there any specific way that the Icon robot has been designed to fit within this workflow?
Yeah, but it's all about the workflow. The technology's there. It's been used by surveying guys for years with construction. But what we've done with the Icon software is develop specific software that is easy for the non-surveying person to learn and use. And then the workflows in the process is the same as what they're building with. and they're constructing with in the field.
Excellent. Okay, so what we have here is a tool designed for the construction guy wanting to have design information in the field, set that out, make sure that it's performing to the...
Right, and the design of the software that we're using and the workflow is tailored to the contractor, and it reduces the errors. It allows them to use the TPS products at a deeper level, meaning non-skilled people, some subcontractors that wouldn't have been able to use a robot, say 10 years ago, can now use one.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that insight into this new technology, Pat, and a bit of a look into the world of BIM from an Icon robot point of view. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
So we've seen the Icon Robot 60 here. It interfaces with BIM with the workflow set up specifically to handle this particular process from the field to the office and back again. Okay, we'll move on now to another part of the zone. So now we enter the world of machine control, and I'm joined here by Dave Rowlett, who's the sales manager for machine control products in the South Central US. David, when it has to be right is the main motto of Leica Geosystems. How does that apply to the ICG64 platform?
Well, the new dual GPS system that we have is powered by the new dual GPS receiver for the machine, and that is a brand new product with a brand new measurement engine. It's one of the most precise that we've ever built. The dual masted GPS system allows us to have a greater precision on slopes and at high speeds. It's truly unique in the market, and it is by bar none the best dozer system in the world today.
So it has, when it has to be right, covered from a performance and accuracy perspective. What about in build quality and those kind of areas?
The receiver is built to the highest standards. We have a whole lot of new components on the system in the dozer that really help us live up to that motto, and we have a great product out there, and it's selling like hotcakes.
Excellent. So in the keynote, Ola talked a bit about smart change. How's that happening in Geosystems, Leica Geosystems machine control?
Well, these are two perfect examples of it. We've got two brand new products. At Hexagon, we released had five brand new product releases. None of our competitors actually had any significant releases at all. And it's just a sign of this rapid pace of change that we have with intelligence built into it and really trying to satisfy the needs of our customers going forward.
And with the Icon platform, we have the ability to move data around the job site. How's that implemented on the in the telematics part of the portfolio?
Well, all of our systems now have the ability to have telematics on board and share data across the internet on the fly. And that's a really quantum leap forward in productivity and ability for all of our customers out there, particularly the larger contractors that have a lot of machines and a lot of jobs going on.
Excellent. So we've got improved performance, improved accuracy, greater productivity all wrapped up in this new portfolio.
Absolutely. It's a very exciting time to be in machine control for Leica.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for your insight, Dave,
into
this. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Back to my video game.
So hopefully the last few minutes has given you some insight into the zone and what it's all about. You will have seen some of the depth and breadth of knowledge of our experts, but also the products and solutions that are on show here. For us, when it has to be right, it isn't just about hardware and hardware performance, it's also about the knowledge and consultancy that surrounds these products in order to fit the right tools for the right job to the right customer. So that's the intention of the zone. We hope you enjoyed the tour, and hopefully we'll see you here next year. Thank you very much.